Hi, I'm Fabian, professional clarinetist from Switzerland. I'm 26 years old, and these are 10 things that I learned in my 20s that could be beneficial for you if you're a clarinetist in your 20s. Lesson 1, and probably the most important rule I live by, is just show up. Okay, so this whole clarinet improvement game is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So you will need 3, 4, 5 years of just consistently showing up every day, coming to practice. And even if you have a bad day, if you have, I don't know, if you have a slight cold or a little bit of a fever, just go anyways. Do 30 minutes, do 20 minutes, do whatever you can, but do whatever you can every day. If it's a bad day, it's a bad day. But if you're not going to practice on the bad days, you will miss out on the good days. And that's what we certainly don't want. Lesson number 2, you have to be patient. Okay, there's this bamboo analogy that was quite a thing that I lived by. Maybe I heard it the first time when I was 21 years old and practicing in my practice room. And it basically says that if you put the seed of a bamboo in the soil and then you water it every day, you care for it every day over weeks, months, sometimes even years, nothing happens. Nothing happens on the surface, and no one would even know that you are watering this bamboo at the moment. But then suddenly, in a matter of weeks, the bamboo shoots out from the soil and this huge plant grows, and all of the efforts that you did before suddenly materialize into this beautiful, big, stable plant that will last for years to come. Number 3, don't overemphasize academics in music university, okay? So you have music history, you have music theory and all these things, okay? Solfège, and those things are important, yes, but they're only important to a certain degree. So you want to become a professional clarinet player. This must be your main focus. Your main focus every day must be to practice as many hours as possible. If the academics don't make this possible, you have to throw them away. Not completely, but just so you can focus on the main thing. The auditions later on, they will be so hard. You have to be the best person of 100 people playing just Mozart clarinet concerto, okay? So if you stop studying music after the master's degree and you can't play Mozart clarinet concerto, like what's the point of being able to mention a couple composers from the Renaissance? It will not help you, okay, with making money and getting a job. So you need to put the number 1 effort in practicing clarinet, and then try your best in all the other academics, but don't make them your number 1 priority, because you might regret it later on. Number 4, embrace your failure in auditions, okay? So the number 1 rule with auditions is increase your rate of failure, okay? So let's say you did 6 auditions this year and you failed all of these 6 auditions. Now you can say, I don't want to try any more auditions. I feel bad with failing them and they make me feel bad and I lose self-worth. Or you can also try to look at it from the perspective of let's increase the rate of no's you're getting from the audition to 12 a year instead of 6 a year. And if this will not work out, increase it to 18 failed auditions a year. I guarantee you, in the next 20 auditions, you will get a yes, okay? Just by increasing the rate of failure and learning from each failure along the way. Number 5 is become the best version of yourself, okay? So the good habits are not only for business people out there, no, they are also for musicians. What we're doing is very, very hard. Being the best out of 100, 120, 150 players sometimes in an audition is an extremely difficult task, okay? So the self-improvement things that we can do, we should do, okay? So perfect sleep, try to achieve this. Eating healthy every day, doing sports every day, meditating, okay? And there's so many more, like taking a couple of supplements, making sure your vitamin D levels are in check, etc., etc., making sure your energy levels are there in order to being able to practice 4 hours, 5 hours every day, which is necessary to succeed in this business. So start with yourself first, make sure you're the best person you can be, and be healthy and be calm, be centered. Number 6, play more by heart, okay? So if you play by heart, everything will sound more free and you will play with more musicality, and you don't have this cage of looking at sheet music all the time in front of you, okay? So it's just a habit, so try with time to play more and more by heart. It will really do you a lot of good and the audience will appreciate it as well. Also, same for auditions, okay? If you go play the Mozart, there's no reason in the world you should stare at sheet music that you practiced for like 3,500 hours in your studies, okay? You know it by heart, so just play this beautiful phrase, these beautiful melodies in the Mozart concerto by heart. Maybe close your eyes or look at the pianist that you're with and embrace the music. Number 7, don't embrace clarinet equipment changes, okay? So what I mean by this, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, I really experimented too much with different clarinet equipment. I also spent, I admitted, too much money on those things, and it made my playing worse, okay? So when I was young, I just played a B45 mouthpiece with Van Doren 3.5 reeds, and I was perfectly fine. And I got used to this setup and I played really good. Then once I started to play around, change the mouthpiece, change the ligature, change the barrel, change the clarinet, change the reed, okay, change the mouthpiece patch. These are so many different factors that can mess up your playing and that you have to get used to like completely new, that I don't know, like just practicing and getting used to one setup is, I think, the way to go. Like on a B40 mouthpiece and reed number 3 from Van Doren or 3.5, you can achieve perfect results. Many professionals achieve perfect results. So just make it about the practicing and not about the spending more and more and more money and hoping that equipment will make you sound better. Number 8 is find your unique talent, okay? What are you really good at? Are you really good at playing a beautiful, beautiful pianissimo? Or are you really the fastest tonger in your your university? Or do you have an excellent double tongue? Do you have a beautiful sound? So, okay, so find out what are you really good at and double down on this and really try to show off your unique set of qualities on the clarinet. Everyone is different, and people in the auditions, in the concerts, they want to hear what you're good at and not compare between people, okay? So just show what you like to show and what you're good at. Number 9 is about starting a side hustle, okay? So music university takes a long time. These are around 6 years to, yeah, like 5-6 years for some people, even 8 years if they hang on 2 masters after the bachelor. Okay, so bachelor, master, master, maybe even pre-college before. This is a really long time. Some people if they start a business during this time, working 8 years on the same thing, selling a product, they will make millions of dollars, okay? So also during your studies, don't put all eggs in one basket. So there are many like little projects that you can start on the side that might become a real business later on, okay? So here it's all about your passion and your interests. I can name you a couple of examples. For example, you could start a blog about your instrument where you write, let's say you play the violin. Like we are all clarinetists, but let's say you play the violin, okay? So you write blog posts about how to do staccato, how to which are the best violins on the market right now. Okay, this is one example. Second example would be building websites for other musicians. Okay, you can also find online students to teach your instrument. You can create an online course about how to play your instrument and sell this course. So there's so many different options, and this huge goal that we all glorify of this orchestra position that will pay you, wow, congratulations, 3,000 euros a month on average is, yeah, I'm not sure if when you're 40 years old, this is going to be the only thing you want to rely on. So like more treat the orchestra position, which is an absolutely amazing job, as a hobby, because the money in it isn't really great, and do it for fun and try to figure out another way how to make money on the side also. And number 10 is, it's not about perfection. Embrace mistakes. I don't want to hear a perfect performance ever, and I don't want to hear anyone said I played perfect without mistakes. This is something I simply don't care about. I care about people taking risks in their playing, maybe when there's written a pianissimo, to go down as much as possible and risk that there might happen a mistake. But by risking, you will create those magical moments that music is about, okay? So no one wants to hear your perfection or blah, blah, blah. So it's all about music. And if making music will involve you taking some risk and risking mistakes to happen, do it, okay? Even if it's an audition. Thanks for sticking around with me through this video about my findings of what we have to watch out for when we're in our 20s as professional clarinetists. And I hope you found any value in these tips. And I just can say, embrace your 20s. It's a really cool time where you can experiment with everything, try everything, and find out who you want to be and who you want to become later on. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like a free 30-minute trial lesson together with me, please sign up via the link down in the description below. See you tomorrow. Bye.